But we have a very active and engaged legislative team that advocates at the local, state, and federal level. This is how we look at it. We are unapologetically pro-business. We support business. So we let every one of our legislators know that we support business, and any legislation that goes before them that is harmful to business, we're not in favor of. Any legislation that will enhance the business's ability to succeed, we will support that. We also have a PAC, a political action committee, where we support and endorse candidates. We support candidates based on their pro-business policies. It is our desire to get pro-business legislators in our city councils, in our General Assembly, and in our congressional delegation. And so that's one of the most important things I think that we can do for our members. The other thing that we do is we provide a lot of programs and services. We're very proud of our programs and services, and we're constantly trying to improve them. We believe in the concept of constant and never-ending improvement. We have programs, leadership development. We start with high school students with what we call an Excel program, and we start teaching them civic responsibilities and civic leadership and selfless service and those type of things. We have a program for young professionals. We have a signature program, and then we have a lot of connectivity with the state for their state leadership development program as well. We have education programs that just span the spectrum of what the business community needs to know. We have courses on taxation. We have laws, human resource management, you name it. We provide resources. Part of that education system is we have within the chamber a small business development center. That small business development center has counselors on staff that provides one-on-one counseling with the small business community to ensure that they understand how to navigate the laws, the regulations, the restrictions, the policies, those type of things. We found that a lot of small businesses are generally almost always very good at whatever it is they do, whether it's a florist or a hairdresser or whatever, but they usually need a little bit of help with managing the business itself. So we have a small business development center with the explicit purpose to do exactly that. We also have a program to help and enable women in the business community. We started the program a few years ago and called it the Glass Ceiling. We've now transitioned that to what we call the Power of Women. And again, that program is designed to ensure that women have every opportunity to succeed in the business community. And we're trying to close the wage gap and some other things that we're experiencing right now with women in the business community. Two other programs that I know that you're interested in that I've been asked to talk about. One is our military program. Obviously, the military is extremely important to our economy here in Hampton Roads, and so we want to work extremely hard to ensure that we support our men and women in uniform, our veterans, and their family members. I'm very proud that a member of your council, Ron Lewis, is our vice chair for military programs. He took that over a couple of years ago, and his leadership and energy has really taken us to the next level. We have created what we call a Hampton Roads Military Advisory Council, which Ron Lewis runs for the chamber. And we try to address the issues, challenges, and concerns of our military veterans and family members. One of the first things we tackled a few years ago is veteran and transitioning military employment. And we worked very hard with some other organizations to create a Hampton Roads Military Employment Center. It's a brick and mortar center appropriately named in Military Circle in Norfolk. And to date, they have found employment for almost 4,000 transitioning military and veterans. And this is just in less than 2 years. So that's one of the success stories for the Hampton Roads Military Advisory Council, and we're very proud of the creation of that employment center. We're tackling other issues like childcare, and Ron could probably talk early and issues with mental health is higher among our military and veterans than it is among our civilian residents here in Hampton Roads. So we want to look at what the art of the possible is. We want to take that on to see if there's something we as a community can do to help our men and women in uniform and our veterans deal with the challenges that they're facing right now. With the economy the way it is, dealing with COVID, dealing with children at home, those type of things, it's extremely problematic. So we want to see what we can do. The other program I've been asked to talk about is something that we started several years ago, albeit it wasn't very robust at the time, but that's our diversity, equity, and inclusion program. We had the program for a couple of years in which we were just trying to educate people of the importance of diversity and inclusion in the business community. And after the unfortunate death of Mr. Floyd, we decided to amp it up, and we've appointed a diversity officer. We've had many conversations with Janice Underwood, who, as you know, is the Commonwealth's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. And we've tried to dovetail our programs with her. I believe it's called One Virginia program, which has some very good educational opportunities and items that we're taking on. The other thing that we're trying to do, and it's going to be a big mission of our DE&I program for 2021, is to develop a DE&I certification for businesses. And we're working on that right now, and we want to make sure we have it right. But what this will be, this will be a certification program where I can send a team into a business and we can evaluate your DE&I programs and see that if you're doing the right things or not. Because quite frankly, some people don't even understand what a DE&I program should look like. The other part of that is the follow-on is we want to have a DE&I training course where if somebody says, I don't have a DE&I program, or if they fail the certification, we can roll in with the team. We can put them through this course, which educates them about the importance of DE&I, why we should have DE&I, why there should be, why, quite frankly, DE&I is a business imperative now. It's not just something that's nice to do or should do or we should want to do. It's a business imperative. Statistics show that companies that have good DE&I programs within their organizations are much more successful because there's strength in diversity. There's strength in having equal opportunity throughout your organization, and there's strength in making sure that that's all integrated. So we're very proud that of the program so far. We're going to amp it up big time in 2021, and would love to get you all more involved in that. We've had some great vice chairs of diversity in the chamber. Our current chair is Jim Bibbs, who many of you know is with the Port for a long time, and now he's with LifeNet. And next year's chair is going to be Nneka Chiazar from Cox Communications. So we're very happy that Nneka's coming in to help us with that DE&I program, just like Ron's helping us with our military programs. The final thing I'd like to share with you, and then I'll be happy to answer any questions if there's time, is we've been working very hard these last 6 months with other regional organizations. The Hampton Roads Economic Development Alliance, the Hampton Roads Workforce Council, the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission, Transportation Planning Organization, and other regional organizations on an action plan that we call the 757 Recovery and Resilience Action Plan. This is actionable items that businesses and individuals can take to help recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, and then subsequently, how do we as a business community make ourselves more resilient so that if anything else happens, whether it's a natural disaster or a pandemic, we're more resilient, and therefore the negative impact will not be as great as what we're experiencing right now. We're in the final stage of developing that. We should be able to publish it by the beginning of December. Like I said, more to follow on that. We're going to have probably a press conference, and we'll put it on our website, and we'll promote it big time once we get it finalized. Over 150 business leaders throughout the Hampton Roads community participated in the development of this action plan. And one of the things we did, which is of interest to this organization, is that we ensured that diversity, equity, and inclusion was embedded throughout it. So we've got like 10 different action plans, industry specific, and we wanted to make sure that each one of those action plans included diversity, equity, and inclusion. So again, more to follow on that, but I guess my final message to you is very proud. We want all businesses, we want equal opportunity for all individuals in those businesses, and we won't stop. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions. I hope I didn't take too much of your time.
Brian, this is Sheila. Once again, I finally made it on, right? Once again, thank you so much, Brian, for coming out on today. I mean, the information that you shared within, I think it was about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Very impactful, very powerful. I am excited about what you're doing. One of the things that sort of spoke to me, of course, was COVID-19 and the resilience, right? Because we know that so many businesses, especially minority-owned small businesses, et cetera, they were impacted negatively by that. So I am excited to learn more or to read this resilience action plan that may be available. I would also like for us to have the opportunity to share it on our site as well, in any other resources that you may have. One of the questions that I have for you as well, though, I mean, there are so many nuggets in here. In regards to membership, how does that work? Can you share a bit more information in regards to membership and cost associated with it?
Yeah, we have membership packages that we tailor to individual company. So our initial very basic small business, 1 and 2 or 3 person type business, it's usually a $500 membership for a year. And it goes all the way up to, we have obviously some Fortune 500 companies in the region, which give us significantly more for memberships. But again, we don't want membership in the chamber to be cost prohibitive for any business. We are here to support businesses. So we will work with every single business on payment terms. In fact, we're deferring payment right now because, like you said, Sheila, the pandemic has really significantly hurt a lot of our small businesses. And so they've come to us and said, we can't pay due, so we're going to have to drop out of the chamber. We've said, no, you're not dropping out of the chamber because we're going to defer payment until you're able to pay. So we're keeping the membership. They're not paying, but we're still representing them until they get their feet back on the ground. And then we can readdress the payment terms at that point. But we've got all kinds of options.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Brian. I know I had several conversations. I think his name is Hunter. Is there a point person? Right, Hunter Wells. Is there a point person that, we should touch base with, or should we want to share this information? Is there a certain individual that you want us to have in business owners to reach out to?
Yeah. One of our account managers, our vice president for membership is a gentleman by the name of Tag Counts. That's TAGE Counts, COUNTS. And again, his contact information is available on our website, his email and phone number. He's the vice president of membership programs, or anybody can reach out to me at any time. I'd be more than happy to help you as well.
Brian, I have a question.
Sure.
Because I think he attended a few of our events in the past. So absolutely. Thank you so much for that information, Brian. I believe Clarence had a question.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Brian. Good. With the casinos being built in downtown Norfolk, will the chamber be playing a big part in that? And also maybe hopefully providing opportunities for other entrepreneurs to get involved into the casino projects, into the gambling business down there?
Yeah. Oh, hi, Clarence. Good to see you again. When you said with the casinos going in, or is the chamber going to be playing, I had to take a deep breath. No, as you know, the referendum's passed on all 4 casinos in the Commonwealth. The 2, of course, we're most interested in is the one in Norfolk, which is being supported by the Pamunkey Indian tribe, and then the one in Portsmouth, which is being supported by Caesar's Palace, I guess. We'll be building that one. So both those casinos should be moving forward. And to answer your question, yes, because what we want to do is we want to ensure that those casinos, both the development of the casinos and the subsequent running of the casinos, has the requisite workforce. So we'll be working with the casinos and the city of Portsmouth and the city of Norfolk to ensure that they've got the talent that they need to build and to subsequently run those organizations. And then you said something extremely key, is because building a casino has the potential for economic development around the casino. I know that downtown Norfolk is concerned right now that it's going to hinder some of their restaurants. And what we're telling them is hopefully it'll only help, because, there'll be other restaurants, there'll be other shops, there'll be other things popping up around the casino, we're sure. But we think that if you get thousands of people in there, that they're going to migrate, especially with the tide. They're going to be migrating into downtown Norfolk as well. So we see it as an economic development opportunity. We see it as creating jobs. And now that the referendums have been passed, we will support both the cities of Norfolk and Portsmouth with the build out.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions? No? All righty. Thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate you stopping by on today. That was a lot of information, a lot of helpful information, and we will certainly be following up with your team.
Well, thank you very much, Sheila, and thanks to all of you.
Thank you so much.
And we appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, Brian. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Stay up, Brian.
Okay, we'll move forward with the agenda. We'll start with Damon with the Outreach Committee report.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
All right, so we have decided to postpone the usual November event that we have. Of course, I don't know if you guys have just heard of starting November 15th, they are going back to a little bit more stronger restrictions for the state of Virginia, and maybe getting further down the line to go back to phase 1 as far as December goes. So that will give me time to converse with Madam Chair. I look forward to talking to Aaron Rouse as well. And of course, if anyone here has any input they would like to put as far as potentially, guest speakers or topics they would like to tackle, we're assuming that probably January or February would be the time to do the next event. Looking forward to just getting a good speaker, hitting all the topics that's needed. Today in today's world with 2020, we don't know what issues may come up next. So I guess the best thing to do is to gather all issues that everybody may have. So I'll be speaking to a couple of business owners and, of course, associates and family members to see what is on the forefront mind of most of our Virginia Beach and state of Virginia residents and business owners, and just see what makes the most sense as far as moving forward with the event.
Is probably a better time to do it. The other piece that we had talked about was certainly, I think, a virtual event will be probably better suited for us, as we do not know what may happen in this COVID society. The other advantage to that, one of the things that you had mentioned as well, was that we get the opportunity to tap into talent outside of Virginia Beach, Virginia, etc., to bring those individuals to the forefront. So I'm excited about what you and your team come up with, and I look forward to speaking with you offline as well.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Damon. We'll move forward with the minority awareness. Francis?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good.
I'm happy to be here to bring you our report. Our meetings are held on the Tuesday before our monthly meetings, and we had our meeting this week on Tuesday, and we got together and assembled a report, and I'd like to go over it with you at this time. So we have looked at our social media presence, and we note that we are not really gaining any new followers or likes, but we are holding steady. At this time, our Facebook page has 1,500, almost 1,600 likes, 1,589. We did increase 8 since October. We reached like 495 to, almost 500 people in the last month. And then we have another 1,784 people that just follow the page. They haven't liked it, but they do follow the page so that they can get all the announcements. So our Facebook page is very stable. Twitter, we have 90 followers, and Instagram, we have 357 followers, and gained 5 new followers this month. So that's our social media presence that's managed and maintained by Jaquita, and our new junior associate will be assisting her, Hannah Francis. She was our new junior associate. And let me speak more about her. We continue to collaborate with Kempsville High School and the Entrepreneurship Business Academy, and we are glad about that partnership. The committee does welcome Ms. Hannah Francis. You will hear more from her as we go throughout the year. She is our first junior associate, but she is also serving at her internship through the Minority Business Council. She's a senior high school student, so she's hoping to graduate, and this is a part of her requirements as a member of the academy. Again, we have assigned her to assist with the social media things that we're doing and provide some support for the SWAM business office and lending her talents to Lavera and Keith and the whole team down there in the offices down there. So whatever she can do, she'll be contacting them to reach out to see what she can do in any area to assist the whole Minority Business Council, not just our committee. We'd like to give her a good experience while she is serving as an intern. So we've also reached out to the EBA, the Academy, to see if there may be another student who could join us as a junior associate. It was our goal to have 2, but if we only have 1, we will certainly be thankful for that and be glad to interact with her and see that she's a success. Our overall goals, further, we talked about some strategies to support goals 2 and 3, specific for the MAC committee. We had several ideas that would promote deeper engagement with our social media connections and with the general public. So we're in the process of reviewing the survey data from the 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 expos. The data was provided by Lavera as we asked. She's always on the ball whenever we ask for anything. And we're reviewing that data just to see how can we engage those people who attended the expo. And then also we want to figure out how we can interact with the current followers on our social media. So more information on that will be coming up as I've sent all the data to our committee members. We'll talk about it with the executive board as well and see how can we, as a committee, reach out to our followers on social media and our former attendees from past expos. I'm so glad to hear Damon say some things about a virtual experience for Expo this year. We know that with the health crisis in our community and globally, we're going to have to do things very differently. And so we're offering to do all we can to help to provide a virtual experience So we would like to work very closely with the outreach committee to see that we can get something done in the way of a virtual expo. We have one more goal that we would like to see to promote cultural awareness and appreciation within the business community for the various cultures that are parts of our city, and so that members of the minority business community know that we acknowledge their cultural differences, we welcome them, we appreciate them, we applaud them, and we want to figure out how can we do that. We want to develop meaningful ways to accomplish this goal. So we're going to present it to the executive committee again for input and approval to see how can we reach out to the various cultures to make sure that we express our appreciation and an awareness of their specific cultures. So that is really the end of our report. We carry our goals each year because these were goals as assigned to us by the bylaws and that were adopted in 2010. And so we want to make sure that we stay connected to those goals and do what we can each year to accomplish those goals. I want to thank, as always, Lavera and Keith and Nikita and all of those who work so closely with us to help us to get all of our data and everything that we need, and I appreciate it. That's our report for this month. Thank you. I'm willing to answer any questions if anybody has any as well.
Thank you so much, Francis. Thank you so much for the work that you do and continue to do. We are certainly excited about the collaboration with Kempsville High School. I was at a presentation, I think not too long ago, where I mentioned that, and certainly the community is excited about that as well. We certainly want to ensure that Hannah has a great experience that will not only take her through her senior year, but also share with her some insight as to how she can further engage and support her community. And so this is exciting news. In regards to our social media status, et cetera, I know that that will increase, especially once we start to build our event, where many will be coming to the page to learn about, et cetera. And so I'm excited as well to see what that looks like. And I'm excited about the collaboration with outreach and minority awareness. So thanks again for all you do. We appreciate it. And we'll go to data collection and analysis. Olga, are you ready?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. We don't have any numbers to report our expenditures at this time just yet. That's information is still being gathered. Trust, I guess, us that when we do have that information, it's going to be very interesting to absorb and to digest. So, but in the meantime, we do have some good news. We have up over 600 SWAM businesses, that have been that are in the system. And I don't want to overstep, over Rebecca's report. So I'm going to allow her to share that along with anything else that she's prepared to report. And that's all we have for today, Madam Chair.
You do. We'll move to Policy Committee report. Kelvin, are you ready? Are you on mute, Kelvin?
Unmute. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes, we can.
All right. Wonderful. Good afternoon. I don't have a formal report. Talking with staff, they are working to bring to us some data on how our recently approved ordinances and some feedback on the webinars that they continue to do regarding those new ordinances, as well as feedback from the small business community with the regards to the new system. So we're going to have some numbers to bring back to you shortly regarding those things. So stay tuned for those. That's it for today. I can't hear you.
Thank you, Calvin.
Okay.
Unmute. Thank you, Calvin. Am I unmuted now? Thank you, Calvin. We're going to move to 2020 Census Subcommittee report. Olga.
There. I had communicated with Lavera, and I was like, oh my God, what happened to that report? And so the last time I communicated that our state, the Commonwealth, have responded really well. And apparently after, I believe after sometime in August or September, we stopped getting reports for, you know, the local community. So everything is at the state level. And my goodness, I kind of left that somewhere else and I can't find it. I'm not going to try to locate it right now. So if I may, please, I will follow up with a note as a reply to everyone as to the response that I received from the committee chair at the time. Okay.
Economic development. Can you guys hear me now? Thank you so much, Olga. We'll move to economic development. Is Jeff on the line?
Madam Chair, he is not on the line.
Okay, thank you so much. I know we had a number of NBC members that participated in the golf tournament. I believe it was Olga. I believe it was Ron. Ed as well. Yeah, so thank you guys for the representation. Did we win anything?
Almost got high score.
Oh, well, almost. Well, that's good. So did we get the second highest score?
I don't know.
Okay, all righty. Well, okay, fantastic. We'll let Jeff share that report or economic development on the next time. Once again, guys, thank you so much for representing the NBC. We really appreciate it. Minority Business Commission, Damon or Ed, do you all have a report?
Yes, I'll give you an update. I spoke to people from the governor's office and some more people affiliated with the Minority Business Commission. The Senate has still not appointed anyone as far as the non-members. I don't know if they were waiting for the election to be over or what, but there's still 3 empty seats on their part. The commission was actually supposed to start on November 1st. As you can tell, it's the 13th. They still have not began it yet. So I've reached out to members of the Senate to see what the update may be, and also to get more input on who they may be thinking about appointing to those seats and why certain people that were not, that started the commission were not contacted to fill those seats as well. So as soon as I get a further input and update, I will share that with everyone as well. But as of now, the Minority Business Commission is still not up and running.
Okay, thank you so much, Damon. Thank you so much. We'll now move to a staff report. Rebecca?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Thank you so much. My report is a little bit brief today. To Olga and Kelvin's point, we know the information is in the system. We have run into a snag retrieving it from the system. So we're working with our implementers to craft those reports for you. So we know we have grand information. We know it is in the system, but the ability to pull it didn't work as smoothly as we anticipated. But so we are working through that with the technical folks. So hopefully we will have something for you. I do have a few things that we do keep on hand for ourselves, just to see how we're doing and the strategy we're moving through. So for sheltered bidding, with the new ordinance, we had certain bids that would fit for construction and goods and services within a certain dollar amount. We have at this point identified 28 solicitations that were sheltered bidding only, and what that means is that only SWAM registered or SWAM certified businesses can respond to those solicitations. For enhanced subcontracting, which is where we tell you maybe you could self-perform, but you need to subcontract if possible, and if you can't, let us know why. And we look at those pretty hard. We have 9 of those enhanced subcontracting, some of which are up to $2.4 million. So we're pretty proud of those. And the project goals, which talked about minority subcontracting and a requirement to do that, we have, which requires a construction project over $5 million, which we don't do very often, but we do have one of those that has just begun for a little over $5 million. So the ordinances are in place. We are assigning them, and we are working through those. It's taking a little time to get the community to understand what that looks like, and to explain, how to respond and what we need. But I think it's going very well. And so I wanted to report that out, a few numbers, so that you can see that we are using those ordinances and that we are working those procedures to try to enhance our SWAM spend. And if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions about where we are and why we don't have numbers yet.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Are there any questions? No. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you for your report.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
You're welcome. We're going to move into liaison report. Is Councilman Rouse on the line, Lavera? Councilman Rouse is on the line.
Is my phone on?
Yes, we can.
Some feedback from somebody. So.
Mute.
Hello? All right, that's better. All right. So hopefully everyone doing well. Here we are, thank goodness, it's after November 3rd. So hopefully we can get on track and get more focus on how the NBC can really uplift our community going forward. I have something I want to share with you all. I'm going to give Lavera a second to pull it up. I have brought forth this past Tuesday it should be on your screen now, this past Tuesday, to really kind of consolidate there already. Here, I think we have 7 different apps that does an assortment of things. If you see, we have the VB Connect app, which for finding city news. We have job listings and other apps. We have the property app. We have a public works app. We have a VB events app. We have a VB Parks Finder app. We have so many different things, and this task can be arduous for our constituents. And also for business owners and who want to come and find out information about our city and want to do business with our city. So I'm bringing forth this resolution to really have a single mobile portal that will consolidate all of these things. And so you may be asking, how can this help the NBC? Well, to help the NBC by first, number one, helping notify the public on just exactly what we do here, how they can get involved, but also making sure we can grow those numbers like Ms. Francis has been doing so well, helping us grow our presence out in the community and throughout Hampton Roads in our state. The other thing what this will do is when we have events, Upgoing Expos or our Small Business Institute or other events that we have, city-sponsored event, this will be a one-stop shop where people can find that vital information. And so we can really help them understand exactly how to partake in city contracting and things of that nature. And so coming up on Tuesday, the IT department will be giving a presentation on just how influential and how best we can utilize this app. What I'll be asking for you all is to partake in the beta testing, because once the presentation comes forth, this app is not necessarily it's not the finished product. we want to hear from you. We want to hear from, from all our constituents throughout the city, but also staff and NBC board members and other committees as well. Okay, how can we really take advantage of this app and really get our messaging out there to help us improve our relations with our constituents? So this is something that councils, from the onset, it seems like it is good. It's going to get some good approval from it. So just wanted to share that with you all as well. And tomorrow, on a side note, tomorrow I am giving away turkeys. So we're giving away over 250 turkeys at Red Wing Park. And if you are available tomorrow, you may want to stop by. It's a drive-through, giving away turkeys. Make sure you bring your mask and gloves. If you wanted to help, just let me know.
Councilman Rouse, couple of things. Thank you so much for bringing this to the forefront. I think it's necessary. I agree with you is that sometimes when we're trying to seek information, in particular in the city, it is a bit of a challenge because it's all over the place, right? And so I think this one-stop shop will definitely be helpful. I can see the benefit to the NBC as well. Certainly if individuals are trying to find out information, we are able to share that on one platform. And so I appreciate you trying to move us into the future. This is a great news. So I'm excited about that. The other piece is in regards to the turkeys, can you share with us what time that will take place? So those of us that may not have it on our calendar, we can certainly make time if we're available.
Yeah, so following up on this the single mobile portal that we have on devices. As you all know, the weather has been really bad these past couple of days, and anytime we get this constant rain over 24 hours, we have significant flooding throughout our city. And so one of the special things about this platform and this app that all of our residents will be able to have on their phone is that we can have push notifications. So, for instance, the city can say, "Hey, these streets are flooded. You may want to take a different route," or let them know which streets are closed down, or let them know, "Hey, COVID court and open dates, we may close our city hall or not," things like that. And so I can just see it also helping us out tremendously in the way we communicate with our residents. The turkey giveaway tomorrow, it'll be from 9 to 12 p.m. As well. And right now, you have to people have to pre-register to order to get a turkey and kits and a meal kit. Right now, I'm asking you all if you wanted to volunteers on a volunteer basis to come out and maybe hand out a couple of turkeys if you want as well. And so I haven't seen you all in a while, so it'd be good to lay eyes on you all. I haven't seen you all, so it'd be good to lay eyes on you. But that's if you have time. So
I have a quick question, Madam Chair, if I can, for Councilman Rouse. This is Francina. Back to the beta testing, the new architecture you guys are working on. Is there an idea of when that beta test will start? And the other part of the question is, as you all are getting that together, are there non-IT eyes? Like, do you have some citizens or folks who can see what you're doing not see, but to kind of prior to the beta test, like the pre-beta test, before you put it out to the rest? Because sometimes when all the IT and all the folks are looking at stuff, they're looking at it from their eyes, even in the genesis of the project. But sometimes having some lay persons also kind of looking at the beta before the beta makes the actual beta even more smoother and more effective. So I guess that's a question, I think.
That's a great point. I think we've had preliminary meetings with the IT department. We've been working on this for quite some time. now, and those are all part of the beta testing that we want to get the input back. And I think I want to get ahead of myself here, but I think we're going to cast a wide net. I'm talking more than 5,000 or 6,000 people, and have an opportunity to beta test it and tell us what you like, what you don't like, things we could do better. Help us really, make sure we increase the functionality of it, so it can really be efficient in the way we communicate. And so, yes, Francine, there will be people from a staff standpoint as well, from a city staff standpoint, department standpoint, be able to look at this and say, hey, we think this would be great. We'd like to add this in. Also, just from a resident standpoint, residents have a space so as well. But one important thing is to know is this just the start of something wonderful, right? We won't be able to get every single idea all rolled out in one stop. And so I think if you think of it like like any other app on your phone, they come out with updates, constant updates, and have new features. Think of it that way. Right now, this is just the foundation of something really, really beautiful that's going to help our city in many, many different ways.
Great. Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Councilman Rouse? Thank you, Councilman. Thanks for all you do.
I have a question. Councilman Rouse, does it look like we'll be doing something in the water next year? I think he's on mute.
I'm sorry, repeat that question.
I was just wondering, does it look like we'll be doing something in the water in 2021?
Well, I think it is all determined and predicated on this, on the pandemic, and again, I don't really know how the whole the economy maybe have affected, Pharrell Williams and his supporting team or not. I think we understand from the city side how it's affected us. And so from that standpoint, also from a safety standpoint, what it came down to the pandemic. So if there's a vaccine, and hopefully that looks promising, but that's just data. But if they're able to, distribute that in a form to where we can provide some type of buffer or safety net for many visitors from around the world to come and partake in that, then I'm sure that will help get to that point where we could bring it back.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Councilman Ross, I have one more question in regards to your Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. I know that you mentioned the times were from 9 to 12, 9 to noon. And so for individuals that cannot get there between that 9 to noon to give away, do you need assistance with someone maybe coming earlier to set up or to do some other things that may assist your team?
Yes, no, we have everything. I think it's your microphone. We have everything that we need so far. I wanted to personally invite the NBC members. Like I said, I haven't seen you all in quite some time, and I'm always looking forward to do team building activities with members who on boards I serve with. But we have members from my civic leader institute class will be there. Members from the volunteers from the Tidewater Hokie community will be there, as well as local first responders will be handing out turkeys as well, and a couple of teachers and principals will be there. But it's like a revolving door. You don't have to stay the whole time. You don't have to hand out a turkey, but it's a way for you all to get out and see something positive, some hope, and throughout our community, and it's a way to spread that holiday cheer amidst this pandemic is kind of been raining on everyone's parade. So if you have time, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, stop by, say hello. I look forward to seeing all of you. But it's no pressure. It's no pressure.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm close by.
Thank you so much. Okay, Lavera, next on the agenda. Dr. Lakeisha, are you online?
Madam Chair, Dr.
I'd like to, at this time, before we bring it to close, Lavera, did you have the document to pull up in regards to Jaquita? And I must say, Lavera, that writing is very small. So can you kind of summarize what it says for me? Okay, that is larger. Okay.
Are you good, or would you like me to?
Yes, can you do it, Lavera?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to put you on mute, though.
Okay.
This letter is from the Office of Volunteer Services, and it's to Ms. Jaquita Clark, and City Council and the Office of Volunteer Resources are so grateful for your dedicated service to the City of Virginia Beach. Time is the greatest gift we are given, and I am so thankful you chose to share yours with us. We truly appreciate your substantial commitment of 1 year of volunteer service. Volunteering your talents and skill has given city government the opportunity to enhance the services provided to our citizens, making the quality of life here in Virginia Beach second to none. On behalf of the City Council and citizens of Virginia Beach, I thank you for everything you do to make our city a better and stronger community. Sincerely, Robert M. Bobby Dyer, Mayor. Madam Chair, over to you.
Thank you so much. Again, congratulations, Jaquita. We are so glad that you're part of the team. And Lavera, I think, Lavera, you'll have her information, or someone in purchasing would have her pen available. Is that right?
That is correct. Jaquita, you can come by the office to pick it up, or just email me or Nikita or Keith your address, and we'll gladly mail it to you as well, if you like.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
About almost 4:15 at this point, and so we will close the meeting out. I do have a reminder. Please submit your volunteer forms. And I guess if we don't talk before Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving as well. Thank you so much.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Take care. Be safe.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
There we go.